Thanks for joining us for CBN's On the Home Front, where we highlight what the men and women of America's military do to defend our country. I'm Mark Martin. U.S. troops have teamed up with Turkey's military to conduct their second joint ground patrol in northeastern Syria. The exercise is part of a planned so-called safe zone that Ankara has been pressing for in the volatile region. Turkey hopes the buffer zone, which it says should be at least 19 miles deep, will keep Syrian Kurdish fighters away from its border. More than 6 American military vehicles accompanied 4 Turkish armored vehicles. The troops went 6 miles into the Syrian territories, and the joint patrol lasted for 2 hours. Military members have been working outside of Syria for years to help those feeling the impact of the country's ongoing conflict. And some even stepped foot inside to help firsthand those who've been directly affected by war. Lieutenant Colonel Hazlett and Major Christensen received Bronze Stars for going above and beyond. They're now recalling their time in Syria.
So me and Major Christensen, we arrived in Syria in July 2017 at an undisclosed location. We ended up being moved later on to another undisclosed location. Major Christensen ended up integrating with the medevac team, and we also sent to 2 separate locations. One was a schoolhouse in Syria, and one was another camp in Syria. We ended up mostly taking care of YPG and YPJ patients, multiple trauma patients, probably averaging 5 to 10 traumas a day, probably 20 patients a day from multiple blast injuries, IEDs, gunshot wounds. Major Christensen also, being part of the TACA team, also transported patients to multiple locations during that time.
During our time there, Colonel Hazlett and I and our doc, Captain Aaron Hanlon, as 3 independent providers and a critical care nurse that we could assist the Army FST, who had a split mission going to 2 different locations. We were able to assist them with surgical capabilities. We were also able to assist with emergency care and emergency nursing care.
So we were the first TACA team into that strategic location. So we, in addition to 1st Air Force team into that location, we were also augmenting care. So not only did our mission, we did the TACA team, we did the TACA mission, we also augmented the FST and helped with coalition patients all during this time. So basically we were the first.
It was a hostile work environment, and the unknown was constantly the overwhelming situation. You just everything was unscripted, and you just never know what was going to come in next, and it was a great experience.
Yeah, it was a 24/7 operation, so we would have patients all day long, day in and day out. The Bronze Star means to me it's something very special. It is acknowledgement of what we did. I think it's an honor that we got that. I think it's well deserved, but it makes you feel special.
I too am humbled to have been considered to receive it. I see the portraits on the wall of those before us that have received it, and to be recognized for that is a great honor.
An Army soldier is in custody after federal agents say he discussed a terror attack within the United States with an FBI informant. 24-year-old Private First Class Jarrett William Smith was charged with 1 count of sharing bomb-making instructions online. Smith allegedly discussed his plan to kill far left-leaning Antifa activists. He also reportedly had plans to join a Ukrainian paramilitary group. In other news, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers is still at work following Hurricane Dorian. The Corps works closely with the U.S. Coast Guard and various port authorities to provide survey support upon request and help ensure a quick return to regular port traffic along the Palm Beach Channel.
Hi, my name's Skip Turner. I'm the captain of the survey vessel Boca Grande. Today we're out here off Palm Beach, post-hurricane survey. After a storm, you have all the wind, you have all the current, the tidal surge. What we don't know is what's gotten washed into the channel.
I'm looking for any kind of anomalies, anything in the water like a container, a wrecked boat or anything like that. I can see that and I can mark it, go back and investigate it. But mostly we're just looking for the depth to make sure everything's up to whatever the project depth is supposed to be. Gary Campbell, I'm a civil engineering technician. I run the equipment on board the 52 boat. Each ship has a different draft. If they're, it depends on the length and how much weight they can carry. And so the channel has to be at the draft of that, or deeper than the draft of the boat, to make sure that it doesn't hit the bottom.
So without doing this type of a specific survey, we don't know the condition of the channels. So without knowing that, we have big commerce ships for fuel and cargo and passenger ships that can't come in here until we have physically cleared the channel and made sure that there's nothing obstructing them from getting in. I'll slow down, we'll see on a close one.
For the Coast Guard, training to know how to best navigate the seas is crucial. 2 cadets shared their experience on the tall ship Eagle during Summer Tour 2019. In addition to learning the nautical traditions of their profession, cadets learned basic seamanship and navigation skills, as well as important team building and leadership skills.
The sounds on Eagle, you can hear the waves lapping against the hull. You can hear the faint white noise murmur that's always on with our generators. You can hear the rigging and the tackle moving slowly when the sails billow. And if you listen really carefully, you can hear the wash bell being rung in the distance. I'm 3rd Class Eric Green. I'm a sophomore at the United States Coast Guard Academy in New London, Connecticut. My experience on Eagle has been honestly amazing. It's really amazing to see the difference between SWAB summer and 3rd class cruise. Day-to-day life on the Eagle, it's totally different. It depends on what watch schedule you're on. There's people up at all hours of the day and night. To the next round of cadets, I would say you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes, and whatever you're doing, someone's doing something else. So when you're done with your job, go find something else to do and never stop exploring the ship. Just keep learning more and more and throw yourself into quals.
So I'm an international student from Port-au-Prince, Haiti. I found out about the Academy because I went to an American accredited high school in Haiti, and we did college fairs at the US Embassy. So the Coast Guard liaison to Haiti, who's an American coastie who works at the Haitian Coast Guard, talked about the Academy and what we would do as Haitian students there, and like what we would do when we came back. And I felt like that was something I wanted to do, so I joined. My name is Naisa Pierre. I'm right now a firstie at the Academy, so it's my senior year. This experience has been great. It's our last day underway. It's been really cool to get to a point where you can kind of put yourself in the situation where you're making decisions, and it's like a tangible success that you, like something you can clearly see you've done, and it's so cool to go through that. This year, and having been back last summer, it was a very different experience, like getting to actually understand what all the different evolutions are, understand why you're hauling on this line, and seeing the big picture, and then not just understanding it, but getting to actually like be the one leading it and giving those commands to have those evolutions be carried out. That's always really cool. So it gives you this nice balance of seeing both sides, like seeing where you were and giving them that opportunity to also start seeing the big picture and like understanding everything else as well.
After the break, one important issue the military is tackling and how they hope their efforts literally save lives.
Wouldn't it be great if you could just hop on a plane and fly to a third world country and hand out food and medicine to the needy? And wouldn't it be great if some of those people came to know Jesus as their Savior because of your help? And wouldn't it be great if you could help out people like this all around the world every day? Wouldn't that make you feel great? And what if you could do all of this without having to leave your home or write monthly checks? Well, you can. Partner with CBN and you can help spread the gospel all around the world and make it a better place. And when you sign up for Pledge Express, your contribution will be deducted from your bank account every month automatically. It's a safe and simple way to make a difference. Plus, wouldn't it be great to get life-changing teachings every month from Pat and Gordon? When you sign up for Pledge Express, you'll save time and money, and you won't just sit around and watch the world go by. You'll help change it for the glory of God. Now, wouldn't that be great?
When you care, souls are set free. When you give, lives are made new. When you share, eternal life begins. When we all come together to love, miracles happen.
Thanks for staying with On the Home Front. September is Suicide Awareness Month, and now more than ever, the military is stepping up to combat such an important issue. The U.S. Navy has announced 3 sailors on board the USS George HW Bush have died by apparent suicides. That makes a total of 5 crew members on the carrier who have lost their lives to suicide in the last 2 years. Commanding Officer Sean Bailey said in an online statement, "My heart is broken. Now is the time to come together as a crew and as a family to grieve, to support each other, and to care for those in need." And it's not just the Navy suffering these losses. All branches of the military are dealing with suicide. Army leaders are speaking about the strength of those who step forward to seek help and are encouraging staff to spend time to get to know their coworkers on a more personal level in order to create emotional support for anyone that is going through difficult times.
Why does suicide prevention continue to be such a high priority for the military?
To prevent the loss of any member of our force, joint force out there, or our civilians, because that's truly, one is one too many.
Leaders can do a better job in communicating the fact that there is no stigma, or there shouldn't be a stigma associated with seeking help. In fact, it's a sign of strength to seek help, because at the end of the day, everything that we do is not on an individual basis. It's all about the team concept. When one of us is hurting, all of us are hurting.
Team stands for, I was told a long time ago, together, what you just said, Chief, everyone achieves more. But you can't go at it alone because there's no I in team.
As an example, when I came back from Somalia back in 1994, I had to seek help. And obviously I'm here today as your commanding general, so don't hesitate to go out and seek help.
And not to mention, we have chaplains, we have mental health, behavioral health specialists that work here. We can get you the help if you desire the help. We just need to know you need help.
It's a triangle where you have squad leader or your supervisor, you've got family members, and then I think what's most important is you've got your battle buddy out there.
You gotta have somebody, because at the center of those triangles is a person.
But really, where the intimacy happens, where you would really know there's a problem, is in your unit. You'll know right away. If you know your people, you know something's not right with airman so-and-so or soldier such and such. You know something is not quite right. That's when you engage.
When you see your wingman or your battle in distress, you're able to ask those difficult questions. Are you okay? What are you going through? Is there anything that I can help you with?
Is it okay to ask someone if they're thinking about about suicide?
It is absolutely okay to ask someone if they're thinking about suicide, and in fact, that's encouraged. You want to do that when you notice behavioral changes or changes in someone's mood or demeanor. It will not plant any ideas in their head that aren't already there to start with. Just asking can save lives. The risks of not getting treatment are infinitely higher than any risk of damage to your career by going to mental health.
I think it's okay. Help is not a bad word. We walk through this thing called life. You don't walk alone. You always walk with somebody.
You know, even I, as an individual, you know, young officer, I was bulletproof, you know, good to go, but you get to a point where you're like, nope, I need to now take a step because things are falling apart. But yeah, have the moral courage, and it's part of the Army values and personal courage, right?
I think the great stories are the folks that ask for help. Those are the great stories. Well, you got 1,500 airmen and 1,600 soldiers and 8,500 people here at VAMC all trying to help and get that person back to work.
And we recently had an individual self-report and seeking some help, suicidal ideations, and to me it was a great thing that this individual was able to have that courage, that perseverance to go and seek that help, to be able to identify that they couldn't deal with all the problems that they were facing. I thank that individual for giving us a chance to help out with what they were going through, because it's easier to deal with things when there's a group of us helping out versus dealing with things by ourselves.
What do you recommend to your troops for dealing with stress?
You know, everybody has to have a coping mechanism. If somebody tells you that they don't get stressed, they're probably lying to you. We all get stressed at some point.
The day-to-day, are you just coming to work and going home and going to sleep, and then coming to work and going home and going to sleep? You're doing something that's fulfilling your life other than just work or you know, what you're doing at home.
So take care of yourselves as well, physically, mentally, and spiritually, and that's how you also can, you know, fend off thoughts of harming yourself or others.
However, you know, many people don't like to work out, so you need to find out what makes you happy. What makes you happy, what gets you out of that zone and allows you to just go be you and be free. So whatever it is you do it, but do it with somebody that makes you happy. My personal thing is we need to communicate more, we need to be more involved. You never know what somebody's gonna do. You know, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
You know when that person's missing and it affects the entire organization.
Get to the chaplain or get to the behavioral health team, and it's okay. Your career will continue to flourish, and you'll be stronger for it. Trust me, you grow from that, and you're even stronger as you move forward with your career and your life. And so I would encourage, if you need to take an operational pause, whatever time of day you determine that to be, take it and have this discussion with your team at the lowest of levels.
Do something that enhances your resiliency and that enhances your ability to get to know each other's baseline, so you can detect subtle differences over time.
Check your culture. Make sure you have a unit culture that is not only mission focused, but they realize that one person missing from that team affects the entire organization.
Take a time out from work as the mission allows. Go get some coffee, go out to lunch together, talk to each other, and get to know each other on a more personal level.
Again, our number one priority is our people. Our number one strength is our people. And so we want to invest in you and ensure that you're successful not only here on the mission, but in life itself. So thanks for what you do each and every day out there, and look forward to talking to you in the halls.
Up next, hear from a naval religious program specialist in Japan and what his job entails.
It's the new Superbook Bible app. It's packed with games, activities, and Superbook episodes that you can watch for free. Oh, no! There's trivia, a fun daily devotional, and answers to your Bible questions. Plus, an easy-to-understand Bible the whole family will enjoy. You can even create your own Superbook character. Ta-da! It's the new Superbook Bible app. Free downloads on iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon.
Young people, millennials, are flocking to church.
It's not an exaggeration to say that we love to meet them and that we love to know their stories.
Come home to the Southern Gospel Station from CBN Radio. You'll enjoy a rich Southern blend of bluegrass, classic gospel, and Southern gospel favorites. CBN Southern Gospel. Available now at cbnradio.com.
Woohoo! Hi, Superbook fans. Here's something else you'll love. It's the new Superbook Bible app. It's packed with games, activities, and Superbook episodes that you can watch for free. Oh, no! There's trivia, a fun daily devotional, and answers to your Bible questions. Plus, an easy-to-understand Bible the whole family will enjoy. You can even create your own Superbook character. Ta-da! Whoa!
No Super Falls, man. Come with...
Sorry, pardon me. Sorry, excuse me. Ouch!
Are you getting this?
Earn super points to win daily prizes, too. And so much more! Time to get back to my adventures. See you soon. It's the new Superbook Bible app. Free downloads on iTunes, Google Play, and Amazon.
Welcome back to On the Home Front. Last year, the Defense Department launched a new initiative called This Is Your Military to highlight the work of service members. The initiative also has the goal of debunking myths about military service and increasing awareness among the American people. Using the hashtag #KnowYourMil, the DoD is sharing personal stories to inspire others. Every job in the military is important. U.S. Navy Third Class Andrew Berg shares what he does as a religious program specialist on a Marine Corps air station in Japan.
I'm RP3 Berg, Andrew, Station RP, and this is basically a chaplain assistant to all the chapels here. So I've been an RP since January, and I went through A school, C school, and feel really good about it right now. I mean, I'm basically jumping on the spot for most of the chaplains. Like if they needed something done, like as far as logistics, as like setting up mics for a service for Sundays, I'm there. And I also be helping them out if they needed some paperwork, like facilities requests. And as an RP, we are that bridge between chaplains and the sailors and Marines.
So chaplains have always had assistants since the institution of the Chaplain Corps. But 40 years ago, 1979 in January, they established the RP rate as a designated personnel designed to assist the chaplain. It used to be yeomen. Before that, there was another rate in the whole history that would be just our admin assistants. We couldn't do our job without RPs. It's that simple. They're that critical to our mission. Not only the personal protection, but the administrative function they perform that allows us to do the one-on-one ministry. They're just vital to what we do.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after the break.
Prophecy thousands of years old.
We were called to be a light to the world.
Being fulfilled today. Discover how. Get to life. Call 1-800-700-7000.
We consider it our duty to reach out and help others around the world.
For a gift of $10 or more, you can own the acclaimed CBN documentary To Life. Just call 1-800-700-7000 or log on to cbn.com.
To treat a human, no matter what he is, which religious he has, which color he is. This is what I'm doing.
See how the people of Israel are fulfilling prophecy.
History is being written, and I want to be a part of it.
By sharing their knowledge.
In Africa, in Asia, in South America, in East Europe.
And their love.
This is how we work. This is us.
Get to life. Call 1-800-700-7000 or log on to cbn.com.
Get Protect Your Sleep and discover how to improve the quality of your life. A free DVD or booklet from the Christian Broadcasting Network.
If you're not a great sleeper, you can do things to make yourself a great sleeper. If you're already a pretty good sleeper, you can enhance your sleep and be even better.
5 leading experts help remove the obstacles between you and restorative sleep.
When you don't get a restful night's sleep, you wake up with an accumulation of stress.
Call 1-800-700-7000 or go to cbn.com to get your free DVD or booklet today.
Everything you do better with a good night's sleep.
you'll discover how food affects your sleep, how to put insomnia to rest, explore effective remedies for sleep apnea, and much more in Protect Your Sleep. Wake up to your best life and get Protect Your Sleep today. Call 1-800-700-7000 or go to cbn.com to get your free DVD or booklet.
Roman soldiers destroy the Second Temple of Jerusalem. Centuries of eyewitnesses say the temple treasures survived. But where are they?
They went from Jerusalem to Rome, Rome to Carthage, Carthage to Byzantium.
Historians are silent about what happened to it next.
CBN Documentaries presents the worldwide release of Treasures of the Second Temple.
So does it still exist today?
A story of mystery.
Where is it?
Calamity.
Most of the victims were butchered.
And destiny.
The possibility to dig is impossible.
Get your copy of Treasures of the Second Temple. Yours for a gift of any amount to CBN Documentaries.
Welcome back. The military not only takes care of their service members, but also their families. Recently, children of service members on Camp Pendleton with special needs spent a day surfing and participating in water activities with professional swimmers. Take a look.
My name is Amy Hansen, and I love Best Day. First time I did it, I actually felt like I was flying. It was really fun and easy to do, and I really loved it. It's fun because people who have special needs really don't get out much, and it's really fun and easy to do and safe.
My name is Rocky McKinnon, and I volunteer for the Best Day Foundation. I am the lead waterman, and also I pilot the chairboard, which is a 15-foot surfboard with a carbon fiber racing seat attached to it, so I can take full non-off-ability people surfing. You know, it's great to come down here to, on base at Camp Pendleton and help out the families that sacrifice so much for our freedoms. A lot of their loved ones suffer the same type of, disabilities and ailments and special needs. So being able to come down here and provide them a service to where we could take their loved ones out in the water or have fun beach activities. For me, my dad was stationed here at Camp Pendleton in the 60s, so it's got a special place in my heart where I could come back down here and give back to this community that does so much for everybody in the United States. Being able to share my passion with others and get a segment of the community that normally wouldn't have the opportunity to go surfing, get them out in the water and have a good time, put a smile on their face, I'm all about that.
She wants to get every single hand, wants to leave no one hanging. Good job, Annabelle.
Yeah!
All right, let's get a medal on you.
Woohoo!
That's all for today, but you can find more of our exclusive news coverage at cbnnews.com. Hope you'll join us next time. Have a great day.